Mourning Chat. What's going on? This is Hector. Right now I'm driving, delivering some hungry buffs right now. Just have some downtime. Gonna input my my day. But boy, what a fucking day though. Holy shit. Where do I start? First off, it all started when I began working for Hungry Buffs. No, I didn't. It's not like that. But I mean, you know what I mean. Sometimes your job just gets on your nerves and in the worst way possible. So I take on deliveries usually in the afternoons. Today's the first day that I'll usually take deliveries in the morning, and so I'm not really used to the morning crowd that much. So my first delivery, I go in, and it's at this place called Foolish Craig's Cafe, I think. And it seems to be like a breakfast joint. I mean, obviously because they're probably open, but like the atmosphere itself doesn't seem to be breakfast-like. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna get too much into that. But here was my deal with this with this place. I go in and I tell them the number that I'm here to pick up for, and she's looking for it. But then when she comes back, she gives me the scenario that someone else has picking up the order. I said, well, that can't. In my mind, I'm like, I half believed her. In my mind, I'm like, that can't be possible. I have the order right here. Like, this is my first order of the day. There's no way they could make this mistake to give it to someone else already. And so I'm like looking at her like that can't be right. Are you sure? Someone picked it up. And she was like, yeah, someone, I think someone came in earlier and picked it up already, so sorry. You know, like making up a scenario, I guess just to kind of get me out of the way. Just make me go away. But then the lady next to her is like, isn't it right there? She turns around and there's the order right behind her too. I was like, oh, just kidding. Like, oh god, first of all, I hate when there's like no repercussions for someone else's like sort of like mistake. You know what I mean? Like I was just about to like turn around and like leave and like have this whole deal with my employer about this. Like, hey, this delivery's not here. And I was gonna have this whole controversy all because of your mistake. And you just say, oh, just kidding, I'm sorry. Like, now you're like, it's all good. Like, I don't know. I just had a problem with that. You know, for some reason, in my mind, I'm thinking that she was a little bit too high, but who knows? You know. So that was issue number one. The second issue that I had with the day was that after I made that first delivery, I had two consecutive deliveries in a row, but I didn't get it right away. I got it 20 minutes into the order, and so right away I'm already 20 minutes. Like the customer's been waiting 20 minutes because that's when they put the order, but I didn't get it until 20 minutes into it. So I drive over there, and I'm expecting for these orders to be ready, because since I'm gone it's so late, then they should be ready to pick up. Turns out that wasn't the case. I go and pick up from this one place. First of all, I park about I don't know, like it's on Pearl Street. Pearl Street is pretty it gets really busy. Like for those of you who aren't really familiar with Boulder, downtown Pearl Street. Well, I don't know, any downtown area is going to be hard to find parking in. Just picture like some place that has trouble parking in like business hours. You know what I mean? That's downtown Pearl Street, and I gotta drive over there almost every other delivery. So there's that issue. It's trouble finding parking, and then I get over there. It's at this place. I don't know if I should be saying the name of the place, but it's on the corner of Pearl Street. I go over there, and I get to the front. I tell the guy, I'm here for a pickup. Keep in mind, I'm about since I got it 20 minutes into it, it took me about 15 minutes to get to the place, so it's been about 35 minutes. And I let him know that I'm there for a pickup. He said, "Oh, okay. We're making it right now." I'm just like, okay, all right, fine, whatever. Like, it's taking you like 30 minutes to make this damn sandwich. Like, and the order is just like a $10 item. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a big ass order. So I'm there waiting for about 15 minutes. Finally I get the order, which should have been done already, but like it's so now it's been 50 minutes. It's taken them damn near an hour just to make this one sandwich. So I get out and I walk back to my car and I get a fucking ticket. I have a fucking ticket on my car. It's on my windshield right where I'm parked. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I mean, it's not that much. It's like $15, but still, like, if I'm gonna be working, delivering, I shouldn't have to be like paying to park to pick up the damn food. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. There's something about that just doesn't seem right. And I wasn't even there for that long. I was probably there for 15 minutes. Usually they give you like a 25-minute leeway on the thing, but I wasn't even there for part. So that pissed me off. After I found out about that, so here's the thing about my employer, and this is what gets me. This is why I'm like, first off, it started when I started working for Hunger Buffs. This is why I'm like that. It's because this situation right here. So if you don't know what Hunger Buffs does, usually they'll if you're like working for them, they'll text you, and like if something is like taking longer than usual, they'll be like, hey, what's the ETA on the order, you know, stuff like that. So it's very annoying, because it almost seems like macromanaging in a way, because they know my location because they have the GPS, they have the GPS, that's their app. Like, they give you you're supposed to let them know what the location is, so they can give you the ETA. And so, like, I don't, that's something that I don't understand. Like, they text you asking you for the ETA on picking up the food, but they know that your location anyways. Like, to me, that just seems, I don't know. It doesn't, like, they already know the information, so why do they have to ask you? So, but regardless, I still reply back. You know, I show a little bit of respect there. I don't give any attitude. I just they ask me a question, I just reply. You know, no sugarcoating it or whatsoever. Just give them the straight facts. You know, it's gonna be 5 minutes. You know, it's gonna be 20 minutes because traffic is you know. Sometimes I don't even go on that. I'll just give them the straight minutes. I'll just be like, yeah, it'll be 15 minutes. That's it. And if they give me any beef, then I'll let them know what's going on. Other than that, I just leave it at that. But I respond. Okay, so I text them. So they have my numbers. They can text me whenever they want. But evidently, when I text them, they can't. They don't respond at all. Because when I text them, I was like, hey, let me read you the text verbatim, just so you know. Okay, so the first message that says, hey, where can I park in downtown Pearl Street without paying for parking or getting a ticket? That's what I said. Kind of not being nice about it, but not trying to be a dick about it either. But hopefully they'll get the message that, like, maybe like I got a ticket for parking with them, you know. So I sent it, and then I just go and deliver the food. I'm on my way to deliver the food. So it takes me about 10 minutes to get to the destination where I deliver the food. Still no response. I text them, you know, immediately. But when it comes to me asking for a question, they don't respond at all. And then I get to the place. It's a courthouse, by the way. So I'm delivering to a damn highly secured area. So it's kind of taking me longer than usual to get this food to the guy who ordered the food in the first place. So I find parking. I got to go walk up, and then, you know, there's police officers up front, and they're a little not standoffish, but like defensive at this, you know, obviously because that's their job. So I let them know what's going on. They tell me to call the person to meet me down here. And during that time for me trying to call the guy, the Hunger Buffs text me in the meantime. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, finally they messaged me about what I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to park. I go and look at the message, and it says, how long is it going to take you to deliver the food? Are you fucking serious? You're gonna ignore my question and complain about how long it's taking me to deliver this food? First of all, I got this order 20 minutes into the dispatch, and now you're complaining that. Then I'm saying, I was like, well, I'm here already. I'm delivering, and then I basically copy paste the message that I sent a while ago. Where can I park in downtown Pearl Street without paying for parking or getting a ticket? I copy that message and I say, hey, like, I'm here delivering. Also, where can I park? Basically, I just copy pasted, right? So I sent that, and then after I sent that, I called the customer, try to let him know that his food is here. But it turns out that like the number that he gave me is the number of the courthouse, so it's not his direct line. So I'm leaving a damn message to the courthouse telling him that I'm looking for so and so. I'm at the police officer. Can you come down here to pick up the food? Luckily, the police officer is kind of here that I'm leaving a voice message. So they just say, hey, we'll just take it from here. It's already paid for. I go, yeah, it's all paid for. All right, cool. So I hand it to the police officer. I go back to my car. I check my messages. No fucking messages. No response whatsoever. Nothing about the parking. Just continuous assignments of deliveries and complaints that I'm taking too long. Wondering where the fuck the food is, because evidently it's my fault. It's all my fault. Everything that I was just slacking off. I didn't just hop in my car, go drive straight to the food. I'm over here talking to I just moved here from Texas. Y'all already know this on my resume. I don't get what your problem is for me. Anyways, how you guys doing? No, but seriously, that was pretty much the highlight of my day. So that was just fresh on my mind. I just wanted to get that off my chest, get that ran out. And right now I'm just waiting on a delivery. I was just wondering why I haven't been doing this in the first place, just recording while I deliver. Maybe just because it's too hectic, or maybe because I probably can't keep my mind on the actual conversation. But I think it might be fun just to take the recorder in with me to these places where I deliver to, and still just talk about what it is that I want to talk about. So I'm going to be doing that. What else is new? I've been on these deliveries. Okay, so this is why I got a love-hate relationship with Hungry Buff. Sorry, I was just checking. I'm parked in front of my apartment right now. In my car. I don't want to be doing these little things in the living room. I don't know. Maybe I might start doing that too. I mean, who knows? But anyway, the reason why I have this love-hate relationship is because it's a good job to have. Anyway, like to deliver whenever you feel like it, basically. And lately, since I'm kind of there's a wedding coming up that I need to go to, and it's one of my favorite cousins. They all live in Mexico. It's gonna be a really great time. I had a fun time last time I was in Mexico. It's always good to meet up with the family. I don't see them that often, especially on my dad's side. And it's one of my favorite cousins. He's getting married sometime next 2 weeks. In the next 2 weeks, got my suit ready and everything. I'm gonna be looking fly, boy. Luckily, we got these suits, very, very close to our size, so it's damn near fitted. The only thing that needs to be done is, I think my suit jacket needs to be hemmed a bit at the sleeves, because the sleeves are just like a tad bit too long. But gonna be looking fly. Gonna be having so much fun at that wedding. I love dancing, man, or just having fun at like parties. I mean, part of it is just to like sort of impress people, and to like maybe hopefully attract a girl. But like that's sort of secondary. Like my primary thing, most of the time, is always going with the goal just to have fun, with yourself, and to not to be what do you call it? How do you say that? Like, not to be aware of. Well, I mean, to be aware, but what's the word for it? I guess not to care about what other people think. yeah, not to be not to care so much about other people's judgment about how you dance or how you act towards anything. I mean, you're there to have fun, to have, you know what I mean. So, with that in mind, I always have a good time at places like this, and a part of it is to try to hopefully find someone that shares the same enthusiasm of having fun as you do. You know, that's kind of the ultimate goal. You attract someone that sort of relates to, I guess, your emotions or your aura, I should say. I guess that's that when part of my reason why I was having so much troubles with girls or like in relationships is because I don't think I really knew myself really, like, in a way. You know, I had trouble trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. You know, you always hear about stories about what other people do, and like, and, you know, that's great and all, and like, am I supposed to be doing that? I mean, that does sound like fun, like maybe I'm going to be doing that, and then it turns out like that field of work is not for you. You know what I mean? So like there's a bunch of wasted time like that, you know, and but I mean, it's better than never to come to for your ideas to come to fruition. Jesus Christ. You know, your real self comes out of you once I don't know, like, there's just like once you just kind of let down your shell, you just start experimenting. And I've noticed, like, the more I do things like out of the ordinary, like things that I wouldn't normally do, like in public places, the more comfortable I am with myself. And so with that in mind, I started picking up an idea to do like a series almost. I would say more like a challenge. I would call it more of a challenge. This is my idea. This is what I'm thinking of. It's gonna be called Farmer Strength. That's what I'm naming the challenge, Farmer Strength. And I'll have the logo, or I'm working on the logo right now. But I'll probably have it as a thumbnail on this video or podcast. But the idea is this. So I'm basically just gonna be recording or live stream probably 8 hours through the day. Throughout that full 8 hours, there's gonna be one exercise movement. I'm thinking of probably doing like a calisthenics type movement for now, and then I'll probably move on to like a dumbbell or barbell type exercises. But it's gonna be, the movement has to do with, I'm either gonna make it like a minute, like you have to do the exercise for a full minute, or you have to do it for a set amount of reps. I'll have to see how much time it takes for me to get the reps done. Like my initial, because initially I'm thinking like 5 or 6 reps. And if I don't get that done in a minute, then I'll probably just finish off the minute. Does that make sense? Like either 5 or 6 reps or a full minute, whichever comes first, type thing. And then after that exercise is done, it's gonna be like, whenever I do research on this, like it's gonna be an optimal amount of rest. I'm thinking like how much is like optimal. Like if I'm going for the full 8 hours, I'm thinking like maybe 10 minutes rest. 10 minutes rest. So it's gonna be one movement for a minute straight, or 5 or 6 reps, whichever comes first. And you know what? I'll just set it at the minute. Just do the exercise for a minute, and then take a 10-minute rest. Now the point of this is to like have after the full minute, your muscles should be extremely I don't know the terminology for it. I just know the science of it. Like, I guess sore, or just when it reaches failure, pretty much. When it reaches the full minute, that's when you shouldn't be able to lift anymore, or to perform another rep, ideally. But I mean, if you still have, like, especially for calisthenics, if you still have like enough energy in the tank to do like more reps, then I might give it a little bit more leeway. But as far as like dumbbells or like any like added weight type thing, it should be it should be to failure, almost to failure. And then after that, you take the 10-minute rest. You do whatever you want, and you get back to it. And you do this for 8 hours. I got this idea from just listening to like Joe Rogan podcast and like a bunch of like Ben Greenfield podcasts. Like all these what's her name, Rhonda Patrick, Dr. Rhonda Patrick podcast, and some of them talk about like the ideal way to gain strength, and a lot of studies have been showing that it's actually good to perform exercises in I guess I don't know how to explain it. Like the muscle should be contracted within a minute, and it should be like with an intense contraction. So basically, if you're doing like dumbbells with like 25 pounds and you're doing like a chest press, you can perform like maybe like 30 reps. You should probably put a higher amount of weight and perform the amount of reps it takes for you to perform the full minute. You know what I mean? So sometimes people can perform the exercise for a very long time. But study shows that it might be ideal, and this is for like people who want to gain, an optimal amount of muscle and strength while decreasing the body fat. I mean that's pretty much my goal, and this is one of the ways to sort of help you gain strength and to help gain muscle too. And the part I'm worried about most is strength and basically power. And when you perform the exercises at an intense contraction for a full minute, it's going to be breaking down a lot of muscle, and so you bring that long break time into the equation, about 10 minutes, about 10-minute breaks, and it gives you an optimum amount of time to rest, recover, and to recuperate the amount of just the amount of rest needed to help perform the exercise again. So 1 minute, 10 minutes rest, and then you should be able to perform the exercise at 100% again. And if you for repeated times like that, I'm sure that the muscle connection, like the kinetics. Oh my god, this is like I can't keep up with the terminology, but basically, like the ability to contract your muscles should be that connection should be stronger after you're done with the full 8 hours. I'm guessing. I mean, if you think about it, like if like the idea of farmer strength comes from actual farmers, obviously, because they work the entire day carrying and lifting, riding, making sure everything's organized, and they do it pretty much the whole day. So the idea of this, is to sort of have that same duration, same amount of intensity, and then that intensity eventually will become habit, and you'll be able to recruit the muscle fibers needed in that amount of intensity much easier and a much quicker rate. That's my theory behind it. So I'm going to be trying it out, and it's going to be, we're going to start with calisthenics, because I just feel like that'll be the easiest to start off with, because you can basically do it anywhere, and with this job that I have, delivering in multiple places, and I can be anywhere, and I guess it does take me like around 10 minutes to make each delivery, or to get to for each delivery. What am I talking about? To get to one destination to another. So like it takes me about like maybe 25 minutes to make one delivery, but it takes me about 10 minutes to get from one place to another. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But I bet you I'm gonna be looking silly as hell trying to do some like handstand push-ups out in the open, like in front of my car or something. And I don't know how I'm gonna be like kind of keeping track of this, because that is gonna be that is the awkward part about this whole thing, this whole venture, is to have the camera set up. But I'll let it off with that. Let me know what you guys think. Gosh, that was a long time. That was 25 minutes. Usually it was supposed to be 20 minutes, but an extra 5 minutes there for you. But it was extra content. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think. I mean, you can tell me what you comment about the idea. Any questions that you may have, or or any like warnings that I should be aware of. I mean, because this is something that that might be too intense. But just let me know if you are aware of that. I guess that's it. All right, so I'm gonna get on these deliveries, and I'll talk to you guys probably next Friday. See ya.